Hey everyone, welcome to this month's the SIG Talks new contributor meeting we called. Uh, Before we start, I just like to mention that this call is part of the Kubernetes community, and we are like abiding by the CNCF code of conduct. So if you have not gone through that, I would like recommend you do. But it basically boils down to be excellent to each other, be kind to everybody else, both in the call and in the Slack community. Yeah, with that out of the way, let's start with the call. Usually what happens in these calls is we go around introducing ourselves, and like if you have any questions related to how you can get started with contributing, we can answer those and help you make your first contribution. Yeah, I see that Gautam, you just joined the call, so we were just getting started. Usually what happens is we go around like, introducing ourselves, and then like if you have any questions related to making your first contribution to the Kubernetes documentation, then we can get them resolved and yeah, talk about making your first contribution. Uh, I'll go first. So what I'll do is I'll introduce myself, and then I'll like, mention someone, and they can talk about themselves, and then select somebody else, and we'll go around like that. Hey everyone, my name is Sriram. I've been part of the Kubernetes community for some time now. I help around with SIG docs and SIG release. Mostly, I'm part of the release team as well for the ongoing release. Yeah, that's about me. In my screen, the first person is Aravind. You can.
Yeah, thank you, Shreya. Hello, everyone. My name is Arvind. I'm a full stack developer and a student from India. I'm currently interning at a startup, and I attended quite a few cloud native meetups, and I am interested in all the cloud native community and technologies. So I've heard that meetings are the best way to get involved. So here I am. I'm just looking forward to helping out and getting more involved. Thank you.
Yeah, like you can either like say somebody else's name, or like someone else can volunteer.
Oh, yeah, sure. The next person on my screen is Marvin. So,
All right. Thank you very much for tagging me. Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Marvin. I am a senior software engineer and team lead at Kubernetes, and I talked to a couple of people at KubeCon EU about documentation and the Kubernetes blog and all that. And yeah, I'm interested in contributing. So I thought, why not attend this meeting and see where it goes. So yeah, that's me. And I will tag as the next one, Daljit.
Hi, do you hear my voice?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, my name is Daljit Singh. I'm born in India, but I'm brought up in the Netherlands. I'm a developer. My background is in Java. At the KubeCon Europe, so in France, I met Divya. Divya, I think, is co-chair. I don't know, something with SIG documentation. She had a nice session, and afterwards we spoke about contributing to documentation. And I was interested, so I joined this meeting to get a heads up or start somewhere. So I hope to get insight how to start do the contributions. I will select Gautam as the next person to introduce himself or herself. Gautam?
Can you hear us? You can also like post a message in the chat if you're not comfortable with speaking. That is also fine.
Okay, I thought nobody heard me.
We were able to hear you. Yeah, for Kumar Suraj, I see that you joined the call. We were just like going around introducing ourselves. Yeah. And yeah, this call is so that we can help you make your first contribution to the Kubernetes documentation. And if you have any questions, we can talk about them here. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Myself Suraj, and I am from India. So graduated last year, and currently I am trying to do some open source work, and I am interested in DevOps background, like Kubernetes and DevOps tools, and that's all.
Thank you. Gautam, we were not able to hear you if you're speaking.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so myself Gautam, so I'm a DevOps engineer. I'm going through this open source K8s contribution things. So I want to involve in this area also. I'm interested in K8s part, so that's why. Yeah.
I'll do one thing. Since Daljit and Marvin mentioned that you folks talk to like people from SIG docs at KubeCon, and you're interested, so I'll share my screen and I'll share like a few general things that we talk about in these calls regularly. Just give me a second. I believe you are able to see my screen, right? Yeah. So these are like just a bunch of resources that I want to share with you folks. The first is the Kubernetes developer website, kubernetes.dev, the Kubernetes community website. So here you will be able to find a bunch of like documentation about how you can make your first contribution to Kubernetes, and like all the things that you would come across while raising your first PR, like the contributor like license agreement and all of that, things like that. So all of these are like really helpful.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. So basically, from last month, I am studying Kubernetes and its operators. I learned about kubesark and many English controllers. That's all. But I want to do some contribution in K8s field, but I'm not sure in which field I am good at, and so that I contribute it. So can you, for beginners, can you give me suggestions? So where in which field in K8 I contribute?
Right. So this call is specific to SIG docs. So SIG docs is the so if you're not familiar what a SIG is, it stands for Special Interest Group, and SIG docs is the special interest group for the Kubernetes documentation. So that is everything that comes under the Kubernetes.io website. So all the documentation that is present in this website is managed by the people at SIGDocs. And if you want to contribute, you can go to the Kubernetes/website repository in GitHub. And this is where all the code for the website as well as the documentation resides. And there are like a lot of open issues which you can pick up and start working on. So there are like you can like search for good first issues, or these are some of the things that I'd recommend, like either good first issues, and if you filter the good first issues, you can see that a lot of these are like related to localization. So that is translating the website to different languages so that people can change the language here. So that is one way you can contribute. And even if you're not working on a good first issue, I would recommend that you try to pick up an issue which has this triage accepted label. So that means that some approver has gone through the issue and have confirmed that this is something that we need to add to the documentation. So those are like accepted issues which you can start working on. So yeah, you can like post a message saying that you'd like to work on this issue, or like you would like help with this issue. Those are all things that you can do. And, yeah.
All right.
And,
Okay.
so coming back to the Kubernetes contributor website, these are some things that you can go through. And I also want to show you the, so under resources, you can see the community calendar. So if you open that, you can see all the meetings that are happening. So today you can see this new contributor meeting is called listed today. So similarly, you can see that we also have the SIG docs, the bi-weekly meeting happening later today. So that's like in IST, it's like 11 p.m. So that's like 7 hours from now. I would recommend that both Marvin and like all of you, and especially the folks who talk to SIG docs people at KubeCon, join this call, because like all the folks that we talk to at KubeCon and other folks who were not able to make it to KubeCon, they'll all be present in this meeting. And like if you have any specific questions related to like helping reviewing blogs or something like that, you can get those resolved in this SIG docs meeting. Yeah, like do you all have like anything specific that you would like to know about? Or I guess I can speak a little bit more about how SIG docs works in general.
So I have like one or two specific questions, but I think like a general overview of SIG docs is probably useful for everyone here. So I'll keep my questions until you're done with your high-level overview.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, like there were like two more things that I wanted to talk about, which was the PR Wrangler program. So in the Kubernetes website, if you go to the wiki and open PR Wranglers, so there is like a list of like approvers who so the PR Wrangler is like a named role, which is like the PR, like each week we have a PR Wrangler, and that person is supposed to go through all the open pull requests and like basically review them and like add the LGTM label or like approve label and so on. So the PR Wrangler program also has a shadow role. So if you're someone new who's trying to contribute to SIG docs and would like to know how it would, if you would like to know more about the process that SIG docs follows to like, review PRs and like, get them merged, you can like shadow for this role. So the next available slot is May 5th, like the week of May 5th. So you can reach out to this person who is the PR Wrangler for that week and ask them if you ask them that you would like to be their shadow, and yeah, hell, like work with them if that is something that you're interested in. Yeah. And there is also a named role called Issue Wrangler. These are people who are supposed to go through the issues and like triage them every week. So this role doesn't have a shadow program right now, but if you have any questions like related to issues that you find while trying to contribute, these are the people that you can like reach out to. Also, you can always you're always welcome to post a message in the SIG docs channel. Yeah, someone would be there to help you out. Yeah, that's all from my side. I guess we can go to the questions.
Okay, then thank you very much. So one question I had was that like basically about the, let's say, usual process, because docs is, well, obviously mostly documenting what other SIGs, I guess, are working on. So for example, when I see something in documentation that looks outdated, what is the, like, let's say, usual process to contribute to that? Do you reach out to the SIG that kind of owns the topic? Do you start with SIG docs? Like, where would you start as someone who's not part of, the team that developed the feature or the change?
Right. So the sort of process that we follow is you can create an issue in the Kubernetes website repository, and you can see here for all the existing issues there are tags which mention which SIG it is part of. So if I like search for a label, you can see SIG API machinery, SIG apps, and so on. So you're free to create issues, and during the review process that SIG docs does while triaging the issue as well as the pull request, we would probably reach out to someone from the respective SIG and get, like, if it's like a technical change, then we'll get like a review from someone who works in that particular SIG. Yeah, I see that Divya is also there in the call. Would you like to add something? Hey, Divya.
Hi, Venkatesh. Hello. We know each other previously.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
welcome to the call. I like mistook you for Divya Mohan.
But,
Sorry.
no. This is Divya Soundarajan, and I was part of a network sometime, but there also I was doing documentation only. So I thought of like right now there is no projects in the network for me. So I thought of peeking into documentation. If I can provide any support, I think I can provide.
Yeah, thanks.
That's why I'm here, Sriram. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. And Marvin, I hope I answered your question. So I'll try to find an example for a pull request which has like a label which links it to a particular SIG. So if I look at this particular PR, this change has got something to do with SIG API machinery, and let me see if I can get something that is merged. Yeah, usually what happens is someone would post, like if they need a technical review, they'll post this particular PR either in the Slack channel for SIG API machinery, or they would like directly ping someone from the SIG itself who would then give like a technical review before that is merged. Yeah. But if you find something that is like outdated, or like you find anything that you think needs to be changed or updated, you can always create issues, because they go through this triaging process, at which point like people would add like the labels to like properly like sort all the issues. And during the triaging process, if the folks at SIG docs are like not sure about the change, they'll probably reach out to the respective SIG that you're part of, like that the issue is concerned with, and then sort of clear that up. But you can always create issues.
Okay, perfect.
And,
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And if you have any questions, like even after creating the issue, like you can always reach out in the SIG docs channel, or you can link the issue in the Slack channel for the respective SIG, and then probably start a conversation there. That also works.
Awesome, great.
Yeah, so the way you joined late in the call, so you were like going through our introductions and then talking about the general stuff, like how the how SIG docs manages all the changes and how you can get started. So
Thank you. Thank you for this.
yeah, we have like it's like we have like 4, 5, 6 more minutes. If anybody else has any questions, we can go on.
I had a question. Is the sorting and the labeling of these issues, is it a task for the issue wrangler?
Yes, the issue wrangler can add the labels, but a lot of these labels are like added automatically by the CI bot itself. You can see in this particular issue, it added like all these labels based on the, okay, so in this case, Tim has added the comments here, but usually what happens is the bot will automatically add a bunch of labels, but usually there are people who also like add labels manually. So yes, this is something that is usually done by the issue wrangler, or like generally PR approvers or reviewers who, sorry, no, not PR approvers, like like folks who approve and review issues, people like Deepesh and Tim are the folks who are usually doing most of these work. Yeah, and this is something that you can do to help out as well. Like if you come across an issue which you know that is part of, let's say, SIG network, and if you don't find the label, then you can add a label with SIG network like this. Yeah, that's one way that you can contribute as well. Yeah, I do not have anything else. I hope that you folks stick around and like are able to make your first contribution to the Kubernetes documentation if you haven't already. And I would also recommend that all of you all join the SIG docs meeting that is happening later today. So you will be able to see basically if I go to the SIG docs meeting agenda doc, we usually don't write notes for this new contributor call because most of it is like repetitive, but you can see that we have like, you can see the previous, I can share the link for this doc. Yeah, sorry. All right, I just saw the messages from Daljeet and Marvin. Yeah, you can join the next meeting. I think it is like every 2 weeks. So it's not there on 9th, but on 16th, you can see that the SIG docs meeting is there. And yeah, and you can also go through the agenda doc, and they would also have the recording for the call. I'm not sure if it is being updated in the doc here, but the call is being recorded and just uploaded to the YouTube channel, and you can go through the recording as well if you're not able to make it to the call. And yeah, you can also read through the notes, and basically folks like discuss their issues and like PRs if they are working on something. So if you are working on an issue or like a PR, and if you had like questions, you can ask them to the maintainers and like the approvers in this call. And we also have like updates regarding the release process. So the 130 release is going on now, and it's supposed to like the new version is supposed to come out on April 17th. So all the updates related to the documentation as well as the communication is discussed in these calls. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're not able to make it to the call, no worries, you can go through the notes, and like even if you want to the agenda, someone will probably like you can add it to the agenda and mention that you will not be able to join the call, but you would like to know about this particular issue or PR or something, and the folks who discuss it in the call would add the notes under your question, and yeah, you can also watch the recording. So that's also like totally fine. You can do that, and yeah, you can also reach out in the Slack channel for SIG docs. Yeah. I would also recommend Marvin, since you mentioned the blog. There are like 2 channels called SIG docs blog and SIG docs maintainers. These are both like public channels, so you can like go through them. And I did see a message to today, sorry, from yesterday from Tim, saying that there are no, like there are not enough people to review the blogs. So this is something that maybe if you think you can help out with, you can probably talk to Tim or like talk to him in the message, like in this thread itself. Yeah, you can keep a lookout on these channels. Basically SIG Docs, SIG Docs blog and SIG Docs maintenance to like come across some opportunity for you to contribute to something like that. Yeah, and one final thing I have is this call is specific to SIG Docs, but usually what happens is a lot of people join the call and they would want to contribute to some other part of Kubernetes, like a different SIG, or like they would want to contribute code, something like that. So we do mention that this is part of SIG Docs and all the discussion is related to SIG Docs, but we are also like okay with helping out at least pointing to the right direction for folks who are interested to contribute to different other parts of Kubernetes. So if you were someone who didn't specifically want to contribute to the Kubernetes documentation, yeah, you can reach out to me in Slack if you have any questions. Yeah, that's everything that I have. We are on time as well. So if we don't have anything else, we can wind up the call.
Just thank you for hosting this opportunity to get started. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yes, thanks, Sriram.
All right, I'll stop the recording.